My name is Charlie. That's my name.
Step back and watch the step cook.
You own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you own 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know, I'm gonna let you know, that this video was brought to you by Manscaped. Big Manscaped in the building, providing you everything you need. You know what it is, man. We got lawnmower 4.0s, 3.0s, deodorant, foot spray, body spray. Stop it, man. Use code Brunson, say 20% off, get the free shipping, and the free shipping I full for that for y'all. Yo, the bucket hat sold out on the website. The Hurt Season buckets are sold out on the website. We're looking for a supplier, but you know the heavy hitter is still around. You know I'm always gonna make sure that you know we stay intact with the snapback, man. Shout out to AJ, man. He continues to rock it, man. You know what I mean? It's all love. You know what I mean? It's all about supporting your quarterback. So that you know a lot of people be asking me, well, why won't Hurts wear the hat? Hurts don't have to wear the hat. He don't have to wear the hat. It's about us wearing the hat, showing we support him. He don't need to wear the hat to show he support himself. You got to understand the meaning behind something like this, man. So yeah, shout out to the guys, man, and the fellas, man. Listen, man. Vic Fangio was spotted at training camp today, and he was spotted at training camp. I have no idea why he was there. I mean, I didn't hear anything about him being on the staff. You know, former Broncos head coach, very defensive-minded guy. You know what I mean? He shows up to practice, and boy, did the defense show out. They sure responded to his presence being there. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they knew he was there or not. But just him being there, you know, being able to give some insight on what we could do with this defense is just a magical thing in a sense. So let's get into some of the notes from day 2 practice. The Eagles practicing pads for the day. The first team safeties at the beginning of practice were Marcus Epps and Anthony Harris, different from Thursday with Wallace and Epps. However, Wallace would eventually be rotated into the first team. In the first 11-on-11 session, Jalen Hurts had quite a performance, going 3 for 4 and mostly checkdowns. N'Kobe Dean was with the second team today. Kenneth Gainwell was getting some first team reps over Miles Sanders today. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing we're going to keep an eye on during out the course of training camp, because we know Kenneth Gainwell gives you an added dimension. He also can run, and he also can catch. I mean, he's a true dual threat at the position. I mean, he can even line up. We know Miles has had some struggles catching the ball, and Kenneth Gainwell just don't have them struggles, man. That's why I say you got to watch out, man. You got to watch out, man. The next couple years, what's going to happen with this running back spot in Philadelphia. Devin Allen had the first catch of Eagles training camp today. He caught a pass over the middle. Gardner Minshew was intercepted on the pass intended for Jalen Reagor, who fell. The ball was deflected by Mac McCain and intercepted by Davion Teller. Good to see Davion Teller getting his hands on the ball and being active. Minshew had a nice sequence going with passes to Grant Katera and Stoll, but was then intercepted again by Andre Cashray. Patrick Johnson and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside were with the first team special teams. Jalen Hurts scrambled away from pressure and found A.J. Brown across the middle of the field for a completion. Kaiser White had a sack on Jalen Hurts, basically two-hand touch. Jalen Hurts had an interception that was described as terrible, thrown into a crowd of players where it was then intercepted by Avonte Maddox. Not a good day for Hurts. We're going to talk about that. Maddox had another interception off of Hurts on a pass intended for Dallas Goedert. Not a good day for Hurts. Not a good day for Hurts. The way that these things are worded and the way you can tell how some people are pro and for certain players, it can't happen in sports. I almost wish at this point that no media was allowed to be there while the team practices. Nobody's here when I practice. You don't know how many times I had to record this video to get it right and get my thoughts together. It's mind-boggling to me, man, because you take reports like this. Elliott Shore-Parks, obviously it's word for word from what I just read, but this is a tweet by Elliott Shore-Parks. Jalen Hurts with a terrible interception threw it into a crowd of players and picked off by Maddox. So obviously the quote that everybody is saying that the ball was terrible is coming from, Elliott Shore-Parks. But then on the other hand, Mike K tweeting about the same play, Avonte Maddox with an extremely impressive leaping pick on the ball from Jalen Hurts to Dallas Goedert in 11-on-11s. So, you know what I mean? You see how things can be worded to make things seem worse than what they actually could be. One guy in Mike Kane is giving the praise to Avonte Maddox for making a great catch. And the other guy, Elliott Shore-Parks, is just worrying about how terrible Jalen Hurts is, which is why the interception happened. It's a parallel universe indeed in Philadelphia sports around this time of the year. We just got to, use our cognitive skill set to see what's really going on. We got to diagnose these things for ourselves. Yes, it was an interception, but it's labeled as terrible when Jalen Hurts does it. When Gardner Minshew throws 2 interceptions and people falling and all of this, we're just going to read about that and go to the next subject. Listen, when you have a talented team on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, other sides are going to win. Other sides are going to win. If Jalen Hurts was doing what he wanted to do to the defense, I would absolutely be mortified. I'm more excited about the defense than the offense. I've been saying that. I expect this defense to challenge Jalen Hurts. I expect it. You know what I mean? You have to challenge him. You know what I mean? You have to get him better. Steel sharpens steel, man. So we're not really going to worry about any of these preseason and any of these camp stats. We're not worrying about it, man. I'm going to continue to put the emphasis on that. And I firmly disagree with people saying, well, you practice how you play. How? Aaron Rodgers and those dudes throw interceptions in practice, but they don't do it in the regular game. So I'm worried about how the team is going to look and how the team is going to perform week 1. I'm not worried about none of this noise about every time this man throw an incomplete pass, we got to be all up in arms about it. We're not going there, man. We definitely not going there over here. David Cowhan actually tweeted, wow, Jalen Hurts threw behind A.J. Brown over the middle, and Brown ripped the interception out of Darius Slay's hands. The two had to be separated after Slay made an incomplete gesture towards the wide receiver. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy that I'm talking about. It's dogs on both sides of the ball. A.J. Brown and Darius Slay, they know how important this practice is. To go up against one another is only going to strengthen the skill set of both of these guys. So it's just amazing to see, the tenacity and people turning up, during practice. Everybody got to get better. Everything has to, mesh well. You know what I mean? Everybody talks about how good we are on paper, but we're smart enough to understand as Philadelphia Eagles football fans that this part is critical to the success of this team. Practice and gelling with your teammates is critical. It's critical. Now, if Jalen Hurts is throwing balls behind A.J. Brown, that's something that got to be corrected and rectified. Now, if it's a lot of things going wrong with the passing game already in practice, maybe the coaching staff needs to look at, getting more reps and making practice longer and practicing more frequently. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is only the second practice of the week. But, Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni have been adamant in letting us know that although the physical stuff is not happening, a lot, like it did in the past, but there's a lot of studying, there's a lot of film being watched, it's a lot of breakdowns happening, there's a lot of other stuff that's happening pertaining to football if you don't see these guys practicing on the field. Now, if you ask me, would I like to see more practices? Absolutely. But then you got to look at a situation like the Bucs center. I think he's done for the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's a lot of things and a lot of, stuff you got to watch out for, in terms of having guys being active a lot during, training camp. So it is what it is, man. Day 2 is in the books. They probably going to pack it up for the weekend. We probably not going to have much, much to talk about as far as practice is concerned. And it's a movie, man. It's lit. This is what we wanted. We're like less than 50 days away from Eagles football. I can't wait. You can't wait. We're going to get there together, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. The link for the hats and everything is always going to be in the description of the video. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Have a productive weekend.